Welcome back. Starting a career in the entertainment industry is no picnic. One needs dedication and perseverance. Well, legend Manqele has paid his dues. He's worked with some of the biggest names in the local entertainment industry. Those include being the executive producer for Bonang Mateba's reality show. He joins us now to speak about the challenges faced by entrepreneurs in the entertainment industry, and we're also going to get to know just a bit more about his journey in entertainment. Legend, a very good evening to you. Thank you for coming in. Would I be right in saying this has been an amazing year for you?
It has. It's been an amazing time ever since I started my business. But amazing in the sense that it's interesting. So not just like all happy and all great, but amazing in the sense that there are many lessons that I've learned along the way. So yeah, an amazing year.
Take me back to Pietermaritzburg. In a village, you say there were mountains and it was peaceful. From there to now Johannesburg and even international stay somewhere in between, how did it all happen?
So, I mean, I grew up, or I look back at my young age and I remember my life in Pietermaritzburg, because that was the most peaceful. That was, I think, the most inspirational part of my youth. You know, it's not singing, it's not cool. It was very interesting for me to sort of journey from there to where I am today. Because looking back, a child who grows up in a village like that doesn't necessarily, you know, have the potential to command minutes on TV.
This boy from the village somehow makes his way to New York. You come back in 2013, I believe it was. How much of what you learned during that time then influenced what you are doing with your business at the moment?
There's a lot. I mean, there's a lot of validation that you sort of get when you go outside of the country, because you get to know that actually you are overqualified. You've been working so hard thinking that the world is, you know, working even harder. But when you break out and you break that shell and you start sort of, you know, walking outside of South Africa, South Africans are overqualified, and they really are quite amazing versus what we think about ourselves when it comes to the world.
So how do you end up creating Bar Leader and the many other things that you've been instrumental in over the years?
To be very honest, I became very unemployable. You know, I didn't agree with how certain production houses were dealing with talent, dealing with, you know, people within the production houses. So I wanted to change that, and I wanted to become, you know, an old friend of mine said, a company of the future. So I'm always just trying to better what I know, and that's why I started Bar Leader. I wanted to make sure that, you know, creatives that come into this industry and creatives that will be here for the future are treated well.
I'm interested in your interest in reality TV.
Yeah.
Is that also something that was born of your time abroad, where we know things like Real Housewives are quite big? You look at Love and Hip Hop and all of that. You brought it home. You've worked with the likes of Dineo Ranaga, Somizi on their reality shows, which are quite successful.
Look, when I went to LA for the first time, they had said that there's a wave that's coming, and it's all about reality. Dineo Ranaga had already started that reality show, so I didn't start it with her. But I sort of got the opportunity of joining in and learning from her, actually, and then starting my journey into reality. It's what I love to do, but it's not the only thing I do. Yeah.
Let's speak just between you and I.
Yeah,
How
sure.
much of reality TV is reality, and how much of it is creative reality?
Look, you find a lot of reality shows are plotted, which means that they are planned for, and not scripted. Dineo was a large plot, whereas in Bonang was not necessarily a large plot. We wanted to go into her life with just cameras and see what we sort of experience with her, and then sort of take it to edit and sort of join it together, as it were. So,
are you less disillusioned now than you were about the entertainment industry?
I'm definitely less disillusioned. I'm sober-minded, but I'm definitely then charged with, you know, a bigger spirit. I think that if I had, you know, thought it and if I had felt it, surely it should exist. And so if it isn't here, and if that sobering has come to me, I must then unsober myself and make sure that the industry is what I thought it was.
But it's a tough time for entertainers and creatives because budgets are getting smaller, expectations from channels are becoming bigger.
Yeah.
How do the incoming crop of young people who are interested in creating television and many of the other creative works on display get around that and not be dissuaded and then end up focusing on other things?
Sure. You see, for me, I think that I'm the face of that. I'm in the industry, but I'm continuously creating outside of the industry for the industry. So if you look at something like a property like The Bar, which is a magazine that was born out of Bar Leader, The Bar is all about the celebration of our industry, our people, the practitioners that practice in the industry. And that alone in itself is now growing into a video on demand. Soon you'll start seeing shows on that platform.
And with The Bar, you've not gone the traditional route. You're not going to print.
Yeah.
It's ease of access. I can access it on my phone.
Right now.
But are people open to that sort of thing, or do they still miss the good old magazine?
The numbers right now are saying that this is the way. The Bar is the way. But when it comes to, print, there's still a space for it. Although I think, smart print, not stupid print, is around these days or is surviving these days. It's all about, quality. It's all about great content, and it's just about understanding your market. And the gap that we've seen is that there is a large amount of people wanting what we're doing. So that's basically what I'd say to future creatives. Create your own things, or look for platforms that are looking for, people like them, I guess.
My producer, Michelle, is calling time on our conversation, so very shortly.
Sure.
What else can we expect from legend Manqele?
Michelle, this is for you. I think please look out for The Bar, because that's what I'm really concentrating on. I really want to build The Bar. It's all about, South African content. Local content has proven to be, a good remedy to remedy this whole situation. And shout out to my mom.
Oh, shout out to his mother. Michelle, you also got a shout out, maybe the first on air. Michelle is in my ear. She's telling me that she is checking out The Bar. Legend Manqele, thank you so much for coming on to ENCA tonight.
Thank you,